Hey action figures collectors and customizers, we're back here again with part 2 of my custom Star Wars action figures. First part was all clone troopers, and now the rest of these are going to be non-clone troopers. And so I'll leave a link in the description to the other one. And we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to start off with two vintage style action figures. First is Nien Nunb and B-Wing pilot gear. You can see him like this in a couple shots of Return of the Jedi. So basically all I did, this is just a kit bash. B-Wing pilot legs and torso, and then Nien Nunb's head and arms. And they fit pretty perfectly. And then to go with him, the pilot uniform, the deleted scene Mon Calamari A-Wing pilot. This one uses a X-Wing Luke body and legs, and then Admiral Ackbar's head and arms. And obviously all repainted. And I went with a lighter green to match the original A-Wing pilot that was released back in the Droids line, I think 84 or so. So those two are pretty cool. Look good on the vintage shelf. The next three are Rogue One figures. Who do we start with? Let's start with this one. So, you know, Rogue One figures 3.3 3/4 inch are all 5-point articulation. So I decided to do some super articulated versions of the characters. First is Director Krennic, and this is using his cape and head from the basic figure, and then the rest of it is Imperial Commander from Imperial Scanning Crew 2-pack from Kmart. This elbow on this side is a little messed up, so I just hide it behind the cape and then drop the figure. But the rest of it's not horrible. I still need to put his badge and everything, and then couple more other details, get him perfect. So, he's pretty cool. Looks much better than the 5POA. Next, let's go with this one. Another work in progress. I still need to glue on some parts and replace some parts. Super articulated Chirrut Îmwe. Now this uses Chirrut's head and torso. And then for the arms and legs, I used the Clone Wars Count Dooku, a very super articulated figure with like ball-hinged hips and ball-hinged everything. And then instead of using like a fabric for his robes, I used leather-like material because I like the way it matches the plastic texture more than fabric does. So that's cool. And like I said, I need to reattach his hand and everything. But yeah, not bad. Final Rogue One figure, super articulated, one of our favorites. K2SO, can't even fit him in the frame, can I? Alright, let's bring him down. This is basically all regular K2, but with battle droid joints. So he's kind of basically got what you consider ball-hinged elbows. And he's got the double-jointed head that the figure originally came with. But yeah, double swivel elbows. I still need to reattach his hand. Swivel wrists, and swivel ankles and swivel knees. So you can get them into a lot of great poses. The ball hinged hips kind of make the legs go in weird positions, but not too bad. Clear some space here. And now the final one is one of my favorites here. If you remember the 2003 Clone Wars series, Season 3, Volume 2 on DVD if you have it, there was an update to Anakin's uniform. And it looks a lot like the 2008 Clone Wars series, except with just different paint tones, different color tones. But they never made a figure of him in that particular 2003 uniform. And I always wanted one, so I put this together. 2003 Clone Wars Anakin, made using a 2008 Clone Wars Anakin with some soft goods robes with plastic robes over it, a random repainted brown cape glued to the back, and then the rest of it's kind of just repainted in the blacks and browns that the figure had. I swapped his mechanical hand for a regular gloved hand, and the head is actually a realistic sculpt from, I think, a 30th anniversary Anakin. And this is really cool, all super articulated, and he looks almost perfect. Almost better than what Hasbro could have ever done. But yeah, for now, that's the Star Wars customs that I have. I gotta say, out of all of them, my favorites are obviously the Clone Wars Anakin, my Commander Thorn, and my 442nd Flame Trooper. So that'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for the next ones. I'll probably be doing reviews of a couple of these and different other Star Wars figures. So check them out. May the Force be with you, and I hope you enjoyed.